Alright, so I always do that at the beginning, huh? I always go, alright, so we have... I don't mind transforming this. Yeah, it's fine. We've just finished our puzzling and dragoning. And we're doing a sap session here. I will say, I don't feel like I have much I'm like gunning to do in regards to something like... Well, that did not math out the best, but we drew. In regards to like, oh, I want to try to pull off a team. I mean, I kind of want to pull off Kraken goes first and then there's snipers after, but at the same time... I mean, it's so close to a level 3. But if this is... Okay, but now... I think I can actually do it like this, because this will go first, because it's 3 attack, and then that will go, and then... Alright, well, let's see if I'm correct. The card you were asking about was from the Dengeki collab, the one with the dark blue guy that make the board big in a burst. I don't remember, but I believe you. Oh, I think they must have had they must have had something there that changed the order. Because this guy was not... This guy, like, transformed this guy, and then that meant this guy didn't transform this guy, and we have a level 3, which is... frankly... nuts. I'll say it. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. You have to go like this, though. And we did the 2 level ups now this way, because that way we get 2 of these, which I think is going to be better than 1 level 3 one. Like, maybe next turn you can do the level 3 one, but... Either way. What happened since last night, Sunday? The Oscars, I guess? Not something I care particularly about, but... and my understanding is Oppenheimer kind of owned, and then the only thing I actually saw was the thing with Danny DeVito and Arnold rather, and that was, you know, that was fun to see. I kind of am tempted to do this. Not gonna lie, I'm a little tempted. I know it might seem weird keeping these like this. It's like, oh, make the space. But this ability is also kind of good right now. I was really hoping for a seahorse. I know, like, the idea is start a battle, but then I realized, well, I'd rather leave him another slot for Seahorse and another just potential Salamander. So, that's why we ended up here. The thing with Danny DeVito and Arnold was cool, though. It was, in a weird way, it made me kind of sad a little bit. Just because it was, you know, they were showing their age a little bit. in their speech and otherwise, and it was just one of those, you know, oh man, you're really getting up there, huh? I probably can't wait to try to get a Salamander level first, so I will just do this now. I would prefer the Blowfish over the Donkey. But at the same time, they were doing good. You know, it wasn't like sad in the sense of like, oh, they ain't doing so hot, but it was just, you know, all the graybeards and everything. It's like, oh man, the passage of time. I don't think order changes too much unless a sheep goes in the first slot. But yeah, it did not. Oh man, the math here is, well, we're gonna get 2 Blowfish shots, which is pretty good actually. 3. We're gonna draw. Considering that I thought there was not much of a chance there, I'm okay with that. Definitely tossing this in. I suppose you toss this just for the buy. Although maybe you sell and then buy just to have more money for buying and selling. I think that makes more sense, actually. These do not do anything. I'm not really looking for another one of these, I don't think. Well, we can just get a whole new level 2 seahorse, I guess. Elephant is now existing. You don't work the way I thought you worked anymore. I still forgot that he doesn't work that way, and that it makes him so much worse. It makes him so much worse, and I kind of forgot. That's a big thing you got there. Oh, that's nice, though, that gets to double up. I think we win? Yeah. Despite my, stupidness. Oh. Alright, well. Is it time to finally get rid of the basilisk? I think so. I know this is not going to trigger again. Actually, yeah, no, we do this and then freeze. More slots for a salamander. We did not get the salamander. He's still a pretty big guy. This should be back here then, I guess, and then, yeah, something like that. So we have the makings of both Kraken sniping as well as blowfish stuff. Well, that's not great for my... Well, we're gonna win, but the links there was definitely not the best. Ooh, I was okay. Well, all right. Start me here. I'm tempted to sell the elephant. I am tempted to sell the elephant and just give up on that aspect, and then have like. Have links. So the idea of taking this out and putting it and buying this and then a links is nice because it means we have level chances here, which is good. But there is the whole like remove health, and then if this gets multiple triggers, then this shoots a bunch, and then that's like pretty good combo there. You know what? I haven't actually gotten the elephant thing off, so I'm going to do this. I'm also going to do this and flashlight because we're at full health. Then add this in, and you go here so that this goes first, and then this. And then none of that stuff's good. We're not trying to chickadee, hatchling chick, not chickadee. And we have a level. I would like another cucumber to put on the blowfish. That's what I'm looking for. You are me, but better? Kind of evened out. Oh, never mind. Never mind. So much for that. Lionfish also makes sense here. There is the elephant though as well, huh? And I think I want to buy this and sell and buff this a slight bit just to make its attack higher so that it's guaranteed to go before the links and stuff. Salamander, I mean, there is something to be said about getting rid of the salamander, but it is nice to have like one kind of big guy. Again, I'm on this do I try to keep the elephant or not thing. I mean, with this, it definitely is a lot better. But this is also really good with this ability, so you could say that makes sense. But how are you gonna get attack? You're not. So you know what? I don't think I'm doing that. And now I'm almost locked into keeping this salamander, huh? Okay, well, I'll just avoid the decisions entirely. And do that. And, yeah, okay. We're not really doing, stats. We're kind of just doing abilities, which means we need to win now. Because we're not scaling. You are a similar thing to me, but better because you have a hatchling chick. So, that's cool, I guess. And that's why we need a cucumber for this. And now we can't sell that because that just happened. So that's probably not the best. It's actually like way worse now that I did that. But yeah, we're not getting to 10. That's what I'm thinking. No, don't do that. Buy a unit. I guess I'm buying another Lynx again. This salamander, while interesting, I think was a mistake to keep. Okay, there was some stuff that happened there. I mean, it worked there, but we barely lived the initial onslaught. We kind of just want a bunch of cucumbers, don't we? Oh, that's a tempting level, though. I mean, I can level this and then take that, which then buffs that again. I guess that's what I'm doing. Now he gets even more attack. I don't really see a world where we do the Stingray anymore, so I guess we're just not. Cucumber? Well, that's also still very good. It doesn't trigger next turn, though, huh? But the level is so useful, you gotta do it anyway. It's just awkward because it feels like we can't really buy anything except for items in the shop, and so many of the items in the shop are bad for us. Okay, well, okay. Well, that's pretty bad for me. Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was rather unfortunate. Yeah, I think really it's just cucumbers. Remove 2 attack and give 5 health. I guess that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Cucumbers. No cucumbers to speak of. Yeah, hatchling chick. That's rough. That's rough. You, like, don't really want to buy the chocolate on that because you want the trigger from that thing, and we're kind of not getting it, so we kind of just never really did any of the things we wanted. That probably looks crazy. Again, I don't think we're getting there anyway, though. I think we had to abandon the salamander when it was still like 7 health, or like a 10-10 or something, before it got the what do you call it? The ability from the toy. Although also I just realized that I made the order worse by putting the Kraken in front of the Lynx. So there was that happened at least. That was a bad thing. And we go once again. Oh yeah, chat was telling me about we lose, we draw. Germa did, well, they both had told me and then I kind of looked at it, which was that Germa did a puzzle stream, which is something I've done before. I've actually done 3 puzzle streams, 1,000 piece puzzle streams, and I think the shortest one was like 7-ish hours, and then the longest was like 8 or 9 because it was harder. And I looked at the VOD because I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I wouldn't mind seeing what Germa did with that. And well, his VOD was 7 hours, so I was like, oh man, okay. Did he do something? He did a 300-piece puzzle. And it took 7-something hours. It's a long time for a puzzle that short. A very long time for a puzzle that's that short. And there was some problems, like there was some parts of it that were definitely a little tricky, but not like that tricky. Not like that level of tricky. Guess I'm just buying this. I don't really love that, but I didn't like at all what we got on the level ups. It was pretty bad. The aardvark in particular is like kind of terrible. I mean, that's a big rock, so that did a lot of work. Granted, he was definitely getting distracted by chat and stuff a bunch, so there is something to be said about that part, but there's still a lot of... This guy, he's just terrible. I'm bringing this in. Alright, level up potential. I don't even... I guess I'd freeze it just because if another one showed up, but... 7 hours is so long. So from what I haven't watched the whole thing. I've peeked in there though. I peeked into the VOD. The main problem that I saw is that he almost relied on the picture a little too much, like the reference picture. Obviously, you're supposed to like look at that stuff, but he was like looking at it when it wasn't really the right. Ooh. Okay, we could go big whale shark. And then this now should be you, and then you, and then you, and then you. Like he was looking at the picture to like figure out where like a... I think he was, you know, what's the phrase, like looking at the forest for the trees type thing? It was like that. Where he was trying to look for a little too much detail and shenanigans at parts where it just didn't really make sense to. I mean, 2 health is not bad. I don't think I'm gonna level 3 the Hercule beetle though. God damn it. God damn it. You son of a... Now I have to, but now it's still... you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. The third one's never gonna show up now. Completely punished. This kangaroo's gonna be huge. Because it's gonna have the guy hop in front. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. We're dead. The donkey there actually did huge stuff too. We might have had a chance if not for that donkey. Alright, time to get rid of this. Bring in a lynx because it's just kind of good. Feed you. I'm not buying an apple. You know how I feel about something like a whale shark. I feel like you always have to kind of get it leveled before you really want to be feeding it, but it does make everything a pair, so if you're gonna have 3 gold, it's probably worth just using. That math worked. That worked. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. Math off by 1 in like 2 cases there. Both this living and then the other guy not living. Like this, that was just awful. Okay. I guess the order doesn't matter too much here. Alright, probably getting rid of the otter next. The level up on the Hercule beetle would have helped the lynx for 1 more damage, but it would not have made a difference. Oh my god, you sniped before my fucking thing went off. That is just the worst. Okay, the luck this run has been immaculately terrible, is the only way I can really phrase it. It's just awful. Okay. What the hell am I gonna do with all this? Because I want to take this now. But if I do that, then, well, I can sell the Hercule Beetle, and then get stats to the, because like I have to level for this to give this. I don't know. I simply don't know. Buy this. Yay! I guess do this one first. Now I can sell this and buy the octopus and then the otter. That seems pretty decent. It does hurt our lynx damage, but it does do a bunch of other stats. So there's something to be said about that. Wonder if a tiger might be better. This the right order? I don't know if there is a right order. We're not getting to 10 because we just had so many unfortunate losses. We're at 1 HP right now, but we almost lost that. Also, this without a hatchling chick is obviously not that great. I mean, you kind of have to get rid of this, but it's also like really bad because it makes the lynx way worse. The quote-unquote good thing is that like none of our stuff is leveled, so we can get a lot of buffs, but the bad thing is that like none of our stuff is leveled, so that's all bad. Yep. Yep, it's all pretty bad. Nothing, huh? Not useful yet? Lynx? We're waiting on a lynx now? No reason to buy that yet. Okay. We're gonna lose. Kind of a bummer ending session here for this weekly. I'll say that. Yep. Yep. That is how this week has felt. Is very like sink or swim. I mean, it's always the case a little bit, but in particular, you know, we had, what was it? 6 trying to do the Kraken thing. 5 with this we were just about to turn the corner and start going off with this stuff. Kind of similar thing here a little bit, not quite. The caterpillar turned out to not be a great play. Maybe you had to put a cucumber on it early. Our 10 win that obviously popped off and went insane, and then another kind of mediocre into. This one was honestly just terrible luck on very many spots. I was also kind of trying to avoid the team spirit, and then we kind of got priced into having to do it anyway, but whatever, man. It's not my favorite weekly, I would say. It's basically just all sniping, and then like a little bit flavor changes with the sniping, unless you get like Team Spirit Hatchling Chick, and then you actually have real stats. So it's all right. It's not my favorite. The fun part of this weekly, I honestly would say, is probably like this area, the 3 to 4 range, where you can actually have some weird stuff going on. With like bear triggerings and aardvarks and just some shenanigans there. There is some. You can still have it happen in this point, because you'll have like, oh, you can like snapping turtle with Kraken to then like chip at multiple people that have an HP low, like that kind of thing is cool. But maybe there's something to be said about an axolotl squirrel. That way stuff is a little cheaper, but the squirrel feels a lot worse than it used to now that it just makes stuff cheaper but doesn't put an extra thing in the shop. I never really found squirrel to be OP or anything, so I'm not sure why they necessarily did it that way, but oh well. On to the next weekly.